Zeiglography, a rather awkward name, was one of many short writing systems which were developed in the early modern period. And some of those systems eventually coalesced to become what we now know as shorthand. But anyway, let's look at Zeiglography, see if we can work it out. So pat and pit are written with these two symbols, but in the second case, the smaller one's in a different position. Now, we can work out probably that that different position is to do with the vowel, because the rest of the word is the same, P and a T. Same thing with this. We've got ban and bun. And again, you've got two symbols, but the smaller one's in a different position with relation to the larger one in the second case. And again, we'll have to assume that that's something to do with the vowels, because the only thing different between those two words is the vowel, ban and bun. Now, is the bigger symbol the B or the N or something to do with the vowel? Well, if we look elsewhere, we find that other words with the B, but not with the N, include that same semicircle on the top. So we can be pretty sure that that's the B. And if you look at other words, you'll see that that circle with the line going across to the right appears in words with an S, and that slanting line going from top left to bottom right appears in words with a D. So these are the consonants. And if you look at the other words, you'll find that it's fairly easy to work out what the other consonants are. The bigger one is that consonant at the beginning of the word, and the smaller one is that consonant at the end of the word. But what about these vowels? All right, let's take all 5 vowels as they appear in some of those words and see if we can find a pattern. Pat, that's the P symbol and the T symbol above it. Bed, the B symbol and the D symbol to the top right. Dip, the D symbol and the P symbol to the right. Pod, the P symbol and the D symbol to the bottom right. And bun, which is the B symbol and the N symbol underneath it. Are we seeing a pattern? Yep. It's where the second symbol appears that indicates the vowel. So if C is the initial consonant, then if you have the second consonant right up on top, that means that the vowel in between is an A. That was for ban and pat and words like that. If the second consonant is at about 1:30 on the clock, then it's an E. If it's at about 3 o'clock, it's an I. If it's at about 4:30, it's an O. And if it's directly underneath, it's a U. So that's the basic pattern of Zeiglography. And actually, that same pattern was used in other short writing systems as well. So let's look at the puzzle. So den, you'll need the D symbol and the N symbol. The D symbol will be the big one, and the N symbol will appear at about 1:30 on the clock, like that. Sad, you'll have the S symbol, and the D symbol, which will be the smaller one, will appear right on top, because it's an A, like that. And with hit, the H symbol will be the main one, the bigger one, and the T symbol will appear on the right, like that. So, finally we get to the extra little question. That's a B, and that's an S symbol, the smaller one, right above it, which should make B a S, which isn't a word in English. But if you remember the examples, there was HIS, his, and HISS, hiss, and they were written the same way, which probably indicates that the final consonant can be doubled. And so we're left with bass.